Hello, welcome. Welcome to UT Austin's Explore Education Abroad, France and Belgium session. This session is designed to give you detailed information about the programs we offer in this region. My name is Mallory Nimis, and I am a program coordinator for Texas Global. Before we get started, I do want to mention that you will get the most out of this session if you stop and watch the Explore Education Abroad 101 video. This video is accessible on our website. I've got the link here. You can take a quick screenshot of that if that would be easy for you. The Education Abroad 101 session gives you some important information about different program types that we offer at UT Austin, as well as some of the great resources that are available to you on our website that can help you navigate, explore what's there for you. And if you have any questions about that session, we do have a live Q&A that will be running all summer, and you can access the details for that on our events page, which is also linked there for you. Okay, I would like to take a moment to introduce myself again, as well as some other staff members from my office that work with programs in France and Belgium. So like I said, I'm Mallory Nimis. I'm a program coordinator, and I work specifically with our exchange and affiliate programs that run throughout the semester and the academic year. My colleague Colby C. is a program coordinator also working with exchange and affiliate programs, but specifically for the summer term. And then we have Jean Oy and Chelsea Cohen, who work with our faculty-led customized programs, and they manage a couple programs within this region that I'll mention. I also want to mention that there are other offices on campus outside of Texas Global that work with education abroad programs. So for example, the Cockrell School of Engineering, the Macomb School of Business, the law school, they all have their own teams that work with education abroad programming. And while the programs I talk about today are open to all students, all majors, the business and the engineering departments, they offer programs that are only open to those majors. So if you are an engineering student or a business student in the room, definitely make sure to check out those offices as well, because while you can go on the programs I talk about today, you'll have additional options available to you as well. And I want to make sure that you don't miss those. All right. So if you've watched our Education Abroad 101 video, you've already gotten an introduction to the different types of programs that we offer at UT Austin. I want to touch on them again because it is so important to understand these different types of programs because you might be better suited to one or another depending on your financial needs, your academic needs, etc. And the types of programs are all unique in whatever country you're looking to going to. So I do want to add a couple of things that are specific to France and Belgium. So exchange programs, one thing to note is that these types of programs are only available in the semester or the academic year in France. We don't have any exchange programs in Belgium currently. Our exchange programs in France are only offered in the semester because French students don't typically take summer classes. So they're not looking to swap places during the summertime. So an exchange program, you are actually, swapping places with a student in France. So we have a direct relationship with a local French university, and they'll send us 5 students a semester, and we'll send them 5 students right back. And the benefits of this type of program are that you get to really experience the French academic system and culture and take classes with local students. It's also very cost effective because you continue to pay the exact same tuition that you pay for a semester at UT Austin. There are some additional administrative fees like the $500 admin fee and a $75 application fee. But other than that, the only real cost of living or cost differences are going to be cost of living, right? What city are you going to? Is it more or less expensive to live there than Austin? And of course, buying your plane ticket. But in general, the exchange programs will be very similar to a cost of attendance at UT Austin. You're also earning in-residence credit. So that credit will come back to your UT record. It looks like you took it in residence at UT Austin, and it can check off major and minor requirements. Affiliate programs are much more common in this region. We have a lot of affiliate programs to choose from, and they are available in the summer and semester and academic year. Affiliate programs are a little different than a direct exchange in that we have a third party that we're working with. Sometimes this is a company, a study abroad company or organization. Sometimes it's a school itself, but it has maybe a specific type of program designed for study abroad students. So the biggest takeaway with affiliates is that they are targeting US study abroad students in their programming. So they're designing a program specifically for you, and they take into consideration a lot of things that a student in the US might need to think about when they're planning to go study in another country. So for example, there's usually a lot of extras included in the program, such as airport pickup. They'll arrange your housing for you. They usually do a pretty extensive orientation for you about cultural adjustment, getting used to your new city, and they might organize cultural activities and excursions throughout your time abroad. The affiliate programs have a lot of diverse options. So sometimes they teach their own classes and your classmates will only be other US study abroad students. Sometimes they organize the logistics for you, but you might actually be taking classes at a local university. So definitely want to do your research there and have a think about who you want your classmates to be and what kind of institution you want to be studying at. The big difference is cost and credit for an affiliate program, because affiliate programs, you're not going to pay UT Austin tuition. You will be paying a program fee that the affiliate provider has established for their program. You'll still remain enrolled at UT Austin. We'll still process all of your credit and your guaranteed credit for courses you pass. But how that credit comes back will depend on course evaluations, and it will come back as transfer credit. And transfer credit is very valuable. It can check off major and minor requirements, but it is possible that your major has specific requirements that have to be fulfilled at UT in residence. So you always want to talk to your academic advisor and just give them the heads up and say, look, I'm planning to go on an affiliate program, which means I'll earn transfer credit. Are there any certain courses I should avoid taking if they have to be fulfilled in residence? We also offer faculty-led programs, which are usually short-term, and these are UT Austin courses being taught abroad by UT Austin professors. So there's no credit transferring, you're just signing up for a UT class, but it happens to be taught in another country. And of course, the curriculum will be adapted to take advantage of being in another country, and that will all be incorporated into your class time. Faculty-led programs, your classmates will be other UT Austin students. And usually it's all planned out for you. You know when to arrive. You're participating in the program with a class and cohort of UT students and a UT professor. We also have a unique Semester Plus program, which is only available in this region in France, which is a hybrid of faculty-led and exchange. And I'll definitely talk about that a little bit more in detail when we get to the programs. So hopefully that gives you a little bit more information about the types of programs available. I do always want to mention for this region to ask yourself a couple of questions. Number one, do I speak any French? If you have a French background, you will have more programs available to you, but we do have plenty of programs in this region that don't require a French background. So don't be discouraged if you've never taken French before. It just might help you narrow down which programs are available to you. And then after asking yourself what your language level is, the next question is to ask, what language do you want to take your classes in? So options include taking courses taught in French with French students, right? So this would be at a French university, they're teaching French local students, and you would be taking classes alongside those students in French. That's a pretty rigorous experience. You definitely need to have an advanced language level to do that. Another option is taking courses at local universities with French students, but taught in English. This option is definitely available. It's just not super widely available. So it's kind of an attractive option, but you do have to sort through which programs might offer that option for you. Another option would be to take courses taught in English with other US study abroad students, right? So you wouldn't be taking classes with local students. You'd be taking classes with other study abroad students in English. And then there are programs that offer French language courses, but geared towards language learners. So you could take courses taught in French with other students learning the French language. So it's a little less of an adjustment for you than taking French taught courses with French students. So definitely ask yourself those questions. Who do you want your classmates to be? What language do you want your course taught in? And that can help guide your program selection. Okay, well, let's get into the fun stuff, which is actually talking about the programs that we offer in this region. I'm first going to talk about the exchanges. So as a reminder, the exchanges are available in France in the semester and academic year. Okay, so MISAFA is kind of a unique exchange program in the Paris area. I say Paris area because there's not one location for MISAFA, because MISAFA is actually a consortium of universities. So there are 16 French universities that are a part of this MISAFA group. They're all in the Paris area, but that means, you know, some might be an hour away from each other, hour and a half away from each other, because Paris can be quite large. Each of the French institutions are independent universities, which means some might be focused on the natural sciences, chemistry, physics, lab research. Others might be focused on the arts and humanities, language learning, literature, political science, social science, those kinds of courses. So they all have different focuses, rankings. Some offer courses in English, some offer no courses in English and only courses taught in French. So it is a little bit, you know, when you sign up, you're not exactly sure what you're getting in for. But what's great is that the MISAFA group has staff members that are there to help you pick your French institution. So the MISAFA actually has a center, and they do teach a couple of courses, including a big orientation program. It's 3 weeks long, where they, you know, help you get used to your city. They do kind of an intensive French language course along with it to help you get ready for the semester. The staff at MISAFA will actually meet with you when you apply and talk to you about your needs. So they'll ask you about what kinds of courses you want to be taking, what your language level is, questions like that. And then they will help you pick which of the 16 French institutions to enroll in. And you might take 1 or 2 courses taught at MISAFA as well. We do recommend that students are advanced French speakers because we can't guarantee you can take all of your courses in English. This might be an option for students looking at arts and humanities and social sciences courses, but it's not guaranteed. So we do recommend that students have completed French 320E, which is the first upper division course taught in French at UT Austin. So that is MISAFA. We have a lot of spots available. So it is a great one to look into if you have flexible academic needs. Okay, we have Université Jean Moulin Lyon 3, which is an exchange located in Lyon, France. And I've got a little map on the PowerPoint here for you to look at. It's in the Alps. Lyon is a very popular destination for our students because it's such an attractive place to live. It's the 3rd largest city in France. It's the gastronomic capital of France. So it's known for its delicious foods. And it's a great location, and it's a very affordable city for students. So it can be really attractive for students who aren't wanting to be in kind of the central hub of Paris, but still want to be in a bigger city with interesting and exciting things to take advantage of. This program is for advanced French speakers. So we do require that you have completed the equivalent of French 320E at UT Austin. And I personally recommend perhaps taking an additional course after that. So perhaps taking a literature course or a French history or culture course taught in French, so that you've had an experience taking a content course taught in French, not just French language. And the reason I recommend this is because you'll be taking all your courses in French with French students. So can be a pretty big adjustment for students, but a great way to improve your French language. It is definitely best suited for students studying the arts and humanities and social sciences. So literature, culture, language, history, some political science types of courses. There are some law courses, but I hear they're quite difficult. So nothing really available in the natural sciences like biology, chemistry, physics, etc. Definitely for students studying arts and humanities and social sciences. Students absolutely love this location. It is a harder university to navigate just because everything's in French. I definitely recommend it for our more independent students who are confident in their French speaking, but the students love the city, they love the affordability of it and all of the opportunities that it presents. Okay, moving on to Sciences Po. Sciences Po is one of our most popular destinations for sure. We're sending quite a few students here each year. Sciences Po is a world-renowned university, very highly ranked, very well recognized. It's known for international relations and the social sciences. So great for students studying international relations and global studies. It has great options for those students doing their international security track or the international political economy track, lots of options for that. Also government, economics, European studies, journalism. They have some business courses as well, radio, television, and film, philosophy. Those are going to be the best fits for this. I've also seen some sociology courses available as well. It's a really interesting school to go to because it's so internationally focused. 50% of its student population is international, so you'll get to take courses with French students as well as students from all over the world. So really a great opportunity to network and make friends from all over. So when you travel, when you're done with school, you'll have interesting people and places to go visit. Courses are offered in English and French, so you don't have to have a French background to participate in this program. However, I do highly recommend it just because you're going to be living in France, navigating a French university. It's always helpful to have a French background, but you can take all of your courses in English, so it isn't required to have French. And then what's great is that you can kind of pick and choose what language to take your classes in. You can take all your courses in English and perhaps take an actual French language course to stay on top of your language learning. You can also take courses taught in French. So for example, you could take an international relations course taught in French or a history of cinema taught in French. Those are options for you. You can kind of mix and match too. If perhaps you're at an advanced level, but you only want to push yourself so much and take one course taught in French, you could take the rest in English. So a lot of flexibility here. Another great thing about this program is that you can pick which location to study in. So you can see I have two locations listed here, Paris or Reims. And Paris, I mean, you're familiar with Paris. Lots of students want to study in Paris. It's a big city with a lot of opportunities available to you. Paris is a bigger campus, and it has, because it has graduate students and undergraduate students, so it has a lot of courses available. I do think it is a harder location to navigate if you don't have any French background, because the University Paris location is technically the graduate school campus. Most of the students, the local students, are required to be fluent in French. So definitely recommend that location for students who are already confident in their French speaking. Additionally, housing can be a little bit more expensive in Paris and a little bit harder to obtain. So with Paris, lots of great benefits, a little bit more expensive and a little harder to navigate without French. The Reims location is much easier to navigate because it's a little smaller. It is the main undergraduate campus for Sciences Po. So the staff speak English. They've got some great support networks there for helping our students adjust. And it's a lot less expensive. So in Haas, you can get a semester residence hall for perhaps $2,500. So way cheaper than Austin, if you think about it. So that's some of the benefits of the Haas campus. But we have a lot of spots available for this program. So it does have a 3.0 GPA minimum. So definitely requires you to be a strong student that performs well, and definitely more kind of for upper division standing students who've had some upper division courses at UT Austin already. But if you meet those criteria, there are a lot of spots available. Okay, and then here I'd like to talk a little bit more about our unique Semester Plus program, which is Semester Plus IRG in France. This is that faculty-led exchange hybrid program I was talking about. So this program is unique because you take a UT Austin course taught by a UT Austin professor in Paris for 3 weeks. And in fall 2021, it will be taught by Dr. Michael Anderson, who is the department chair for the International Relations and Global Studies program. And he will teach IRG 320F, Foundations in International Relations and Global Studies. He'll teach that in Paris for 3 weeks. And then after taking that course, students will enroll at the Sciences Po program and participate in the full semester long exchange. So it's a long program. You get to be in France for a little bit longer. And you get to take, a lot of credits, 16 to 18 credits over the semester. And in addition to the faculty-led course available, we have an online 1-credit course called the Seminar on Applied Cultural Analysis, which is a really cool opportunity for students because it's taught by Dr. Deirdre Mendez, who is a faculty within the Macomb School of Business. And she has designed a cultural analysis toolkit, which is a way to analyze culture, what culture means, what cultural differences there are. And it gives you tools to kind of analyze your own culture as well as the new culture that you'll be living in, which will hopefully help you integrate into the French school, the French culture and lifestyle. So it gives you some really great techniques to use to understand what you're going through and how to best interact and communicate with the local population. So really unique program. There are unique scholarships for this program as well. So although we know it's a little longer, there's an additional program fee for it. It's quite a good bang for your buck program, I would say. You're there for a long time and it is quite affordable. And then there are additional scholarships. This one has a unique application deadline. We'll talk about deadlines later on in the presentation, but this program has a February 15th deadline. Okay, so now let's get into our affiliate programs. So this is one of our most popular affiliate programs, the IFE Field Study and Internship Program. This program is for French speakers, so you do have to be advanced in your French acquisition already. You have to have completed the equivalent of French 320E. This program has multiple locations. So they have a Paris, Strasbourg, and Brussels, Belgium location. It's in the semester only, so either fall or spring semester, or you could do the full academic year as well. The reason we have a French requirement is because all of your coursework will be completed in French. You'll do 5 weeks of intensive coursework, preparatory courses. There are no course choices. Depending on the location you go to, you know exactly what courses you're signing up for. They're going to be courses that focus on the historical, socio-cultural backgrounds of the location you're studying in. So you may take a history course, a sociology course, kind of about Paris and about Strasbourg and the European Union and Brussels, right? You'll do 5 weeks of those classes, and then you'll do a full-time internship for 12 weeks. So that's a semester-long full-time internship. So this is a really cool opportunity to build your resume while you're abroad. And while you're there, you will identify a research topic in relation to your internship work. and you will eventually write a 30-page research paper, which can sound a little daunting for those of us who haven't done it before. But what's great about this program is that it's really intimate, and it's designed to help students do this for the first time. So no one will expect you to know how to do such a lengthy research project, but they will guide you, and you will be assigned a research supervisor in your field, which is a really cool opportunity for networking as well. For French majors, if you are a French major at UT Austin, there is a full ride scholarship available through the French department. So I definitely recommend that you talk to them about how to apply for that and considering this program for your time here at UT Austin. I should also mention that there are, that this program's for all majors. So no matter what you study or what you want to do research in, they can find it for you. It's quite intimate. There's usually about 25 to 30 students per location, and there's staff there that will help connect you with your internship and place you with your internship. So we've had neuroscience students, we've had linguistics students, international relations students, physics students participate. So a lot of diverse options available as long as you have a French background. Okay. We also have IES in Paris. So IES is one of our affiliate partners. They are actually a not-for-profit company based out of Chicago, and they have study abroad locations all around the world. And they have a large center in Paris. They've been around forever, and they know what they're doing. I think they offer a lot of really great support for students. In Paris, they have a number of different tracks in the semester time. They have the French Studies track, the Business and International Affairs track, as well as a Studio Art, Dance, and Music track. So for both French Studies and Business and International Affairs, those programs will be programs that for US study abroad students. So your classmates will be other study abroad students like you, and the academic environment will be pretty familiar to you. They'll be teaching kind of in the American style, so it won't be too much of a culture shock for you. The French Studies program, all of your classes will be taught in French, and they have a really big variety of courses. They have courses in business and communications, history, political science, art history, and fashion, but they are all taught in French. So it'll be for students who are already kind of at that advanced level and want to continue to develop their language skills. The Business and International Affairs track offers courses taught in English. And again, similar course availability: business, communications, political science, international relations, history, some culture and art history types of courses as well. So those would be taught in English. And then a great benefit to this track is that you can take one of your courses at the Paris Business School, which is a local French business school. So it would give you the opportunity to take a course with the local French students as well. And then there are internships for this track as long as you have a couple semesters of French under your belt. You can also tack on an internship, so you'd be working part-time throughout the semester to add to your resume. IES, we have a great relationship with them, and they offer an automatic $2,000 grant onto their program for all UT students going abroad during the semester. And then we have some summer options as well. Less of a range of course availability for sure in the summer. They have a couple of different tracks based on your language level. So summer marketing is for students that don't have a French background, and they take 2 marketing courses taught in English. And then the language immersion is for students already at the intermediate to advanced level who want to focus on language acquisition while they're there. And then there is an internship track as well for students with a couple of semesters of French under their belt. And again, this is IES. You'll be taking your classes with other US study abroad students. IES offers housing through homestays with French local families or through shared apartments with the other study abroad students. Okay, API in Paris. API is another partner similar to IES. They're actually based in Austin, Texas, so kind of local colleagues for us. The big difference with API and IES is that API does not teach their own classes. So API will be organizing all of the program logistics for you. They will help you apply for visas before you go. They'll pick you up at the airport. They'll arrange a big orientation. They'll arrange your housing and cultural activities for you while you're there. But you won't be taking their classes. You'll actually be enrolling in local French universities and taking classes with local students. So in this semester, they have a couple of different tracks. You can take all of your classes at the Paris School of Business. And they have the Paris School of Business has a pretty big range of courses, definitely business and marketing and advertising. But they also do have some social science courses as well, like international relations types of courses and communications types of courses. Those would be offered in English, and you get to take those with local French students. So a great opportunity to meet some local French friends. They also offer the Parsons Paris program of the New School of Art and Design. So if you've ever watched Project Runway and you've heard of the Parsons School of Fashion and Design, this is the Paris location. So a great opportunity for our textile and apparel majors at UT Austin. You can take design courses as well as business courses. So a really great program. And all of their courses are available in English. And then there are some language immersion programs. So these language immersion programs are quite common in France. These are French universities that have language centers. So people from all over the world come to these language centers to learn French. That is their main objective, is to learn the French language. So the Cours de Civilisation Française de la Sorbonne is the Sorbonne's language center. So if you go there, you'll be taking classes with other international people, mostly students, learning French. So you won't be in classes with local French students. You'll be with students from all over the world. The Institut Catholique de Paris is similar. It's a private, smaller institution, and they have a language center for international people. The difference in the two are really just the location, really, the type of institution it is, and some of the course availability, depending on your language level. It's kind of detailed for this presentation, but if you end up choosing between the two, we can have a bigger conversation about how to decide between the two. But ultimately, they're very similar. Same professors even teaching their classes. You'd be taking a whole semester's worth of French language. If you're more advanced, you can take, a lit course or a government course or a politics course taught in French as well. And then in the summertime, the Parsons program is available, as well as the 2 language immersion programs. The Paris School of Business doesn't have a summer option. Okay, and the summer options vary in terms of length and cost and start dates and things like that. But UT Austin students do have to participate in a minimum of 6 weeks. So that means you're usually combining a couple of different sessions. Okay, IAU College. So IAU College is located in Aix-en-Provence, which is in the southern part of France, really close to the Mediterranean. So you're just 30 minutes by bus to Marseille, which is the second largest city in France, right on the water. Aix-en-Provence is lovely. I mean, everyone who goes there it's just so charming. It's a little bit smaller and slower paced than Paris and Lyon. It's about 250,000 population. So while it's smaller, it's not tiny. And there's a large French university there called Aix-Marseille University. And so there's lots of students and young people and things that young people like to do. So restaurants and karaoke places and shopping and things like that. But it's all very walkable. So the downtown, you can kind of walk from corner to corner within 30 minutes. So pretty easy to navigate. The locals are also very friendly and known to be pretty understanding with language learners. IAU College is a school for U.S. study abroad students. So your classmates will be all other U.S. students studying abroad. They have many different tracks available, but I would say have a lot of course availability in English and French. But again, definitely more focused on the social sciences, arts and humanities, and business and communications. And what's really great about these classes is that they, one of their missions really is to make sure that the curriculum includes the historical and cultural background of the area you're studying in. So they will take you out into the city during the class time, because they know, why come to France to just study history when you can go out and see historical sites in the area and incorporate that into your learning. So really quite a popular program for our students. You can take all of your courses in French if you want to, or you can take your classes in English. What's really a highlight of this is that IAU College teaches our equivalents for our language sequence. So if you want to continue on with the French language sequence at UT Austin, you can take French 601C, French 611C, French 317, and French 320. Those courses are all taught at IAU College, so it makes it pretty easy for you to stay on track with your language learning at UT Austin when you come home. They also offer internships, so if you'd like to tack on an internship or maybe focus on that for the summer, those are options for you. They have semester and summer options, this program, and we're sending a lot of students here in the summertime. That's when the lavender fields are in bloom, so who wouldn't want to go there in the summertime? Definitely a program I highly recommend. Our students have a really positive experience here. The student services are phenomenal. They're just really well taken care of. The housing for this program is a homestay. So all students will stay with a host family, which is usually kind of the highlight for students because you get to experience the French culture in the home setting, and you get to share meals with your family and keep working on your French. Okay, in Belgium, we have Vesuvius College, which is a really interesting international transatlantic school private institution. It was kind of founded by Boston University in the US and Vrije Universiteit in Brussels. I'm not pronouncing that very well, but it's a kind of a transatlantic collaboration, and they're really known for global affairs, international relations, human rights and development, as well as communications and journalism and some business courses. And it's a really interesting and unique location because you're in Brussels, which is the capital of the European Union. And so you get to learn about policy, where a lot of policy is being made. They have a semester and year-long track as well as a summer track. You can also tack on internships, which again is a highlight for a lot of different majors. If you have advanced French or Dutch, you can also take courses at other local universities, but the Vesuvius College teaches most of their courses taught in English. Okay. UT Go Toulouse is a summer-only program. This program is really unique because UT Austin has basically started a relationship with the University of Toulouse, and we've contracted them to teach our French 611C course. So French 611C is intermediate French, taught at UT Austin, but the University of Toulouse professors will teach it for you over the summer in Toulouse. And you'll also take an art history course, upper division art history, 20th century European art. That might change from summer to summer, but I believe that will be the course taught next summer. This program is a long program. It's 9 weeks in the summer, which is a pretty long program, and it's very affordable. So it's a little bit less expensive than some of our other programs that are even 6 or 8 weeks long. But it will have less add-ons. So it will be, you're being taught, you're going to school, and your housing is included, but you're going to have a lot of independent time to do your own traveling and participating in your own cultural activities. So kind of just different than some of our other affiliate programs. Toulouse is a lovely city, very popular for students. It's called the pink city because of all this pink tile that is in the architecture there. So it's really lovely. It's in the southern part of France, very close to Barcelona, in the Pyrenees Mountains. If you like to do anything outdoorsy, you can go hiking in the Pyrenees. But the city is large and has a lot of interesting nightlife and food and culture and things like that. So definitely you're not going to get bored here. Chelsea Cohen is the manager of this program, so the application process is slightly different than some of our exchange and affiliates. So you can contact her with questions about this program. Okay, so let's move on to our faculty-led programs. I won't talk about these in great detail because they change from year to year, depending on the professors that are available and planning to teach courses in the summer. But keep in mind that the application process is slightly different for exchange and affiliate programs versus faculty-led. Okay, so I want to really highlight this one because it is such a favorite. So the UT Austin Department of French and Italian has designed their own abroad program, and it's been running for years and years, and it's very popular, it's very cost effective, and the impact and the positive experience is profound. So students always love this program. It runs in summer 1 and 6.5 weeks. Students will start in Paris for 5 days, touring monuments, museums, neighborhoods, and then they'll head to Lyon, where they'll take either French 317C or French 322E, just depending on where your language level is at. And then a course taught in English, a French culture course taught in English. So 6 credits in 6 weeks. And you'll be staying with a host family in Lyon. So I think a hotel in Paris and then a homestay in Lyon, which students usually love. The director for this program is Dr. Eleanor Shoemaker within the Department of French and Italian. And so she will run this program, and there's a little bit of collaboration with Jean Moulin Lyon 3 as well. They have their own unique application process for this because Texas Global, I do not run this program. It's run through the Department of French and Italian. So you want to reach out to them. They have their own website and application process. And I definitely recommend applying in the fall because it is a competitive program. So I can't stress enough to apply as early as you can to make sure that you get a spot. Okay, and then this is just a couple of the faculty-led programs available in this region. There's a biology program in the south of France. The TXA, Textiles and Apparels department teaches a French fashion course. And then there is a really unique semester-long Normandy Scholar program where you take the history courses listed here on the slide at UT Austin with a cohort of about 20 students. And then you'll spend the month of May traveling throughout France. So those are some unique faculty-led programs to look into. And like the Education Abroad 101 presentation states, each of the program pages on our website will have a next steps section, which will explain what the application process looks like for these faculty-led programs. Okay, so I do want to point out a couple website resources for you. I know the Education Abroad website went into pretty good detail about what's available for you, but I do just want to highlight a couple of things. So I know I just covered a lot of programs for you in a short amount of time, and they're probably all getting mixed up in your head, but you can always rewatch this session, or you can go to our website, which is global.utexas.edu/abroad. And you can look at these programs in more detail on our website. So I'm going to go to the Find a Program search here from our main page. And since we know you're looking at France and Belgium, I'm going to just click into the Search Programs function where we can get to our search engine. And I can browse by country. So I'll click France and I'll pull up the big list. And you'll see that there's a lot more programs on here than what I talked about, because remember, there are some programs that are only open to engineering students or business students, for example. So I didn't talk about all of those today. I'm mostly focused on the ones that were open to all students. But here's our list of programs. And so let's say I'm really excited about Sciences Po. I'm an international relations student. And I really want to go to this world-renowned university in Reims. I can click into that exchange program, and this is what we call the program page, where you can learn a little bit more about the university, as well as a lot of really cool details. So I won't repeat a lot that was said in the other session, but I do want to highlight that everyone should be taking a look at the program website here. It takes you to the university's website. So a lot of really detailed information here can be found. So that's my biggest tip for you. And then you can look at courses available, cost, dates and deadlines, eligibility requirements, kind of jumping all over the place here, but just want to make sure that you know that this is where you can find a lot of detailed information. And then the next steps are listed at the bottom. Okay, so don't forget to take a look at your programs of interest here. I'll go back to my presentation. Okay, so what next, right? We just went through a lot of programs. You're kind of exploring. This is our exchange and affiliate advising and application process. So the first step is to attend Explore sessions, which you've just done. Congratulations, you can check that off your list. So really, once you've done this, we've given you all these resources. This is your time to be browsing and researching programs, right? Browsing the website resources, the host university's websites, and figuring out what your needs are. It's very possible that you want to meet with your academic advisor, because your academic degree plan might really be a big factor into which program you choose. So definitely recommend that you do that at this stage, talking to your academic advisor, looking at your 4-year degree plan, and looking at which courses would be possible to take abroad and which term and time of year would be good for you and your planning. Once you've narrowed it down and you know which program you want to apply to, your next step is to attend a ready to apply appointment or info group sessions like this. The ready to applies will begin at the start of the semester, and you will be able to find them on our events page. Okay, I'll give you the link to that in a moment. So our events page will have those ready to apply sessions listed there. And the ready to apply appointment really is a time to go over actual application requirements, whether you meet the eligibility requirements for your selected program. We'll talk about how to submit a successful application, and then what comes after applying. So we'll prepare you for what will be coming down the road once you are accepted, such as applying for visas and passports, and how to get course evaluations completed and things like that. And then you might have questions while you're applying or after you've applied, and then we will have a big pre-departure orientation for you prior to leaving for your host program. Here are the application due dates and deadlines. So for the Semester Plus program, it's February 15th. And then we have basically application deadlines the term before you go. So if you're planning to go abroad next spring of 2021, your deadline will be October 1st. If you're looking at summer programs, February 15th. If you're looking at fall or academic year start, you'll be applying by March. And then we have our faculty-led deadlines as well, which are slightly different. And just an important note that deadlines differ from program to program. So some programs have earlier deadlines depending on what the host university requirements are. So it's always really important to check on the deadlines on the program pages on our website. Okay, and then lastly, if you have any questions about anything I talked about today, I'm hosting live Q&A sessions throughout the summer. These are on the events page, which are listed here. You would just sign into Zoom and you can type any questions that you have, and I can give you more guidance. And then you can also always email our Education Abroad team. If it's something really specific and only I or Colby can answer your question, it will be forwarded to us, and we can always set up individual advising appointments if needed. And lastly, just a reminder to connect with us on social media. This is a great way to see what students abroad are doing. They're sharing their experiences. Texas Global staff will share their experiences. So it's great to see nice photos and what kind of academic opportunities students are getting themselves into while they're abroad. So definitely encourage you to connect with us and share. That is all I have for you today. So thank you so much for joining. I hope this was helpful, and I look forward to connecting with you in the future.